And I want to be real with you all right now, because on Friday I said I was taking a bag of a whole bunch of papers to grade. We were able to do the dot activity. Good morning. It is Monday, September 17th. It's the start of a new week. This is week 5 in our school year so far. And I just finished getting ready. Like you all know, I put my makeup on in the morning when I come into the classroom. And I'm going to start doing something. Every time I put on my makeup, if I remember, I'm going to let you know who was the YouTuber I was watching. So this morning, I was watching my friend, Michelle Ferre from POCKETFUL Primary, her newest vlog that came out yesterday. I started watching it yesterday, but it was late at night, and I realized I slept halfway through it because I was so tired. And it was late at night. It was like around almost 11 p.m. So I was rewatching it right now so that I can see everything that she's doing, and she is amazing. If you haven't checked her out, I'll leave a link to her channel down below. All right, so I have another exciting week planned for my students. I'll show you a little bit more as we go on this week. And I'm going to actually finish getting some things ready for the students before they come in, which they're coming in about 10 to 15 minutes. And yeah, by the way, if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Mariely Sanchez, and I am a 4th grade teacher in South Florida. And I want to be real with you all right now, because on Friday I said I was taking a bag of a whole bunch of papers to grade. And I want to show you what happened to that bag. So the bag is right here. And I just want to admit, I took it home with all intentions to grade the papers, but nothing happened. And you know why nothing happened? Because I had a great weekend. On Saturday, I spent time with my family because it was my nephew's birthday. And then yesterday, I went with my brother, my nephew, my son, his girlfriend. We all went to Coral Gables to see the umbrella project because it was the last day for the exhibit. So I took advantage of the time that I had in the weekend, and I actually enjoyed life. I did something for me. So yes, the papers will get graded eventually. I'll do a little bit here and there as the week goes by, and it'll get done. I just have to remember that I usually do this. I sometimes take bags to work on things at home, and then I don't get to it. And it's okay if that happens. So I'm glad that I enjoyed my weekend. I do feel better. I still have, like, my voice is hoarse. I don't know if I should see my doctor because sometimes I still have that cough. So we'll play it by ear for now. So let me go ahead and get things ready, and I'll see you later. All right, so this is very exciting. We have to pause during the day because we had our PTA president. She just came in with all these goodies. We got books from Max Brallier. Look at this. Oh, so excited. We got books. And also, John got a free book for introducing the author. So way to go, John. The kids are so excited. One just said, this is just like when you get Amazon packages in the mail. I said, it's like Christmas. You're getting a gift. It's amazing. All right, catch up with you later. All right, so it's now the end of the day, and it has been a very busy day. I haven't been able to get on here and give you an update on how the day has gone. We did have art this morning, and I did have to address behaviors because the art teacher had a hard time. But then again, she does have 2 classes in the room, so I know it can be difficult. And it was also the first time the students had art this year. But I did have to address their behavior and tell them that they need to make sure that they listen to their teacher and follow the expected classroom expectations. So they had art, and then after art, I went ahead and I gave them some recess time that I owed them from Friday since they were finishing the math test. Then we went to lunch, and after lunch, I gave them some more recess time because after art, they only had like 10 minutes, and I wanted to make sure they had 30 minutes. Then after that, we went ahead and we started reading the talent show, which is part of the Wonders Unit 1, Week 2 story set. So let me show you the trifold that I gave to the students, and most of them finished. The ones that didn't finish, they can just do it for ketchup and pickles, or we can actually go over it tomorrow before we read the main selection. So let me get the trifold right now, and I'll show you exactly how that looks. So here is the trifold for the talent show. Again, I put this together myself using the skills that we are reviewing in the story, which happens to be story structure and problem and solution. So the same thing, they went ahead and they answered the essential question before they read the story. And then after they read the story, they decided who was the main character, what was the setting, what was the problem, what were the events that led to the solution. So they did that, and then they started answering more questions related to the conflict and the effect of the conflict and how the conflict was solved. They had a chart on the back that showed the different actions and the effects of those actions, since we're dealing with how our actions affect others. So where they had the effect, they had to find the action that went with that effect, and when they had the action, they had to find the effect. And then they had to answer these two questions. So that was the trifold for today's story. So after that, we went ahead and went into math, and I gave them their math logs, both math logs, the math review and the computation fluency math log that I put together. So I had them complete only Monday, and then we went over it, and then I went over comparative relational thinking, which I wrote some notes on the board. Let me show you that now. These are the notes that I put together for comparative relational thinking, which is an algebra standard that is part of our Florida standards for 4th grade. So I went ahead and I let the students know that yes, when you have an addition problem, you're going to use the opposite relationship, which is the relationship of the two numbers that you're comparing. In this case, the relationship here is -3. So then 15 and 18 need to have the opposite relationship of +3 in order to make it true. And I explained to them because this, when you work it out, it's equal. We are balancing equations. This side has to be true to this side. If not, the statement is false. Now, when we're finding n, we still use the same relationship in order to figure out n. In this case, n is 9 minus 3, which is 6. And then we do the because where we solve to make sure that we are correct. Now, this is where we were stumped at last week, which we finally figured out. It is still opposite relationships. However, what you're doing is you're not taking away 3 from 6. You are doing n minus 3 equals 6. So what number minus 3 gives you 6? So we have to add 3 plus 6, which is 9. So that's where we were stumped. But I'm glad that when I went over this, a lot of students went, oh, I get it now. So when we're doing subtraction problems like this, we have to use the same relationships. And those relationships are those two numbers. So here, from 47, we added 5 to get to 52. So this also has to be plus 5 in order to be true, which it is. 13 plus 5 is 18. And because, so we solve each side, so we know that both sides are equal. Now, when we're solving for n, it's the same thing. So from 27 to 22, we subtracted 5. So from 13, we need to subtract 5 to get the value of n, which is 8. Because 27 minus 13 is 14, and 22 minus 8 is 14, and that's how I know I'm correct. Now the same thing here, which is where we were stumped when the variable is on the other side. So basically, n and 22, I don't know. Later on, I find out it should be minus 5 because when I compare 13 to 8, I subtracted 5 from 13 to get to 8. So that means that n minus 5 needs to give me 22. So I put that equation here. So I told them, what number minus 5 gives me 22? Well, I need to add 22 plus 5 to get that answer. So n is 27. And that, my friends, is what we were working on today. Now, to help the students further practice this concept, and I told them, the more you practice this, the more you'll understand it. And a few of them already started to understand what it is that they need to do. So I decided to create 2 problems for the day on a half sheet. And every day they're going to have some problems that are like this so that they can practice this concept. So this is what I put together. This is on a half sheet. So basically, they need to find out whether this statement is true or false by using comparative relational thinking. And then they have to solve for n. They have to figure out what n is. This is my solution, and I have all of theirs. We went over it after I gave them a couple of minutes to try and figure it out for themselves. I did have to assist a few students, but that's fine because the more we practice it, the better we'll understand. So remember, addition, we use opposite relationships. If this is minus 5, then 17 needs to be plus 5 in order to be true, and 17 plus 5 is 22, and that is true. So then when we work it out, we find out that yes, the equation does balance itself out, so it's true. To find the value for n, this is a subtraction, so we use the same relationship. If 39 to n we don't know, but 5 to 2 is minus 3, then 39 minus 3 gives us n, which 39 minus 3 is 36. So n equals 36. And to make sure that I'm correct, I solve both sides and I see that it balances. So that's one way that I'm making sure that the students understand this concept. So I know it's just going to take a couple of practice problems and more exposure to this in order for them to completely understand it. But it is an algebra standard. It is a depth of knowledge 3, which is more complex. But I think that the more we do it, they're going to understand it, because my brain is happy already because it does understand what in the world is going on. I do understand it now. So then after that, the students started presenting their social sciences artifacts and giving me their papers. So we had 5 students present. We have 15 more to go. I'm going to see if I can get most of them done tomorrow. I'll just time them. They just have to show me the artifact and explain which social scientist it belongs to and why that social scientist will be interested in that artifact. Whew. All right, so that was what we did today, and then it was dismissal time. We did not get to science, so that'll be for tomorrow. And another thing that I did today was that I put together a video going over the cereal box autobiography project that I had my students make at the beginning of the year. Because I couldn't show their projects because it has their pictures and their names on it, I went ahead and I created my own, but I made it into a video showing me creating the box step by step so that you can see it. I did make a blooper on that because my cereal box name is supposed to be Flutter Flakes, but that I didn't notice until almost the very end of the video when I realized that I had flipped the words and it was Flakes Flutter, which would have been cute too, but here is my box so I can show you. So here's the box that I created, going over the directions that are on this sheet, which is a freebie from TPT, which I'll link down below. And as you can see, I have my sentences, my unfinished sentences on the side, my personal facts, and on the back, I have my story. So yeah, that's what I created today, and I put it on a separate video. I'll make sure to link the video in the description box below in case you're interested to see it. It is a standalone video only about the cereal box autobiography. All right, so now I'm gonna get some things ready before I go home, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, September 18th. It is another amazing day here in my classroom. I am so looking forward to what the day has in store. I'm looking forward to learning along with my students and yeah, having a great day. This morning, just like I said yesterday, I will start featuring a YouTuber that I am watching as I get ready in the morning because I do my makeup in the classroom, as you all know. So this morning, my Get Ready With Me YouTuber was Brittany Sinitch, the 5'1" teacher, my friend. I had the pleasure of meeting her this summer as we were boarding the plane to go to the Teachers Pay Teachers Conference. And I also got to hear her speak at the Teachers Pay Teachers Conference, and that was amazing. She's an amazing person spreading her light out there. And I'm just so happy that she joined our teacher tuber community, and she is just amazing. And I just want to say something. All these amazing teacher tubers that have been joining the community, there are such an amazing variety of teachers out there, and it just, using this platform really does help us take a peek into someone else's classroom and see what they're doing. And I can even get inspiration from primary teachers, high school teachers. So I love watching all of you. I think all of you have something amazing to contribute to this community, and from the small channels to the ones with the largest followings, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you do. And I'm so happy to belong to this amazing community of teacher tubers. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to have to get some things on the student's desk. I have to put some papers up so that they can start working on their warm-up when they come in a few minutes. And then I'll catch up with you probably during their specials, if not lunch, or at the end of the day. I don't know. Wherever I can get a little bit of time to get back to you, I will. See you later. Oh, and one more thing. I wanted to give an update on my dog bite. And I know that bruises look worse before they get 100% better, but that's how it is right now. It's really ugly. Wow. So, yeah. I have a bruise that everybody keeps asking me what happened to me, so I have a story to tell. A dog bit me. At least the dog didn't break skin, because if not, I definitely would have needed a tetanus shot, a booster one. All right, so I'll see you later. I would like to introduce to you my cereal box autobiography project. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here is Flutterflakes, and here's my picture. And that's my quote. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. Okay, here are my personal facts listed like nutritional facts. So that's my name in case you've forgotten the last couple seconds. Favorite magical being? Fairies. And then I added something extra because you know how in the nutritional facts they have the vitamin percentages? Yeah. So I chose character traits that describe me. So 35% compassionate, 30% creative, 25% inspiring, and 10% magical. Here are my sentences. Notice I didn't say unfinished sentences because I finished them. Yay. I feel happy when I sit at the beach looking out at the ocean. My life is absolutely wonderful. My story. I also want to continue to inspire others and spread kindness all over the world. It's so important for everyone to know how special and important they are. I want them to know that they are valued and cherished. Those are some of the little magical bits and pieces that makes me who I am. I am a wonderfully made, beautiful masterpiece, and I like to share that with the world. So now, let's see what's in this box.
What's inside?
All right, what's inside my box? What are some items that make me who I am?
A wheel of fortune.
First and foremost, Chewbacca. I love Star Wars. Another thing I like to share with you is this pen that I got this summer, but it represents my one and only house that I belong to, Ravenclaw.
Me too.
So then, what else is in here? Oh, yes. I like to share with you my first ever Teacher of the Year award. Okay, the other thing in my box is this bookmark that a student gave to me that represents something I like to do. Start each day with a grateful heart. So it's important to be grateful every day. Another thing I like to share is some of my favorite flare pens. I love bright colors and I love me some flare pens. Another important thing, I love Link. Because I love everything from Zelda and he's holding the Master Sword. I also have a wand pencil that I made this summer, and it has some of my favorite colors. All right. So yeah, I love Harry Potter. Okay. Something else I love is owls. And I am a teacher, but I also love to write. One of my favorite characters is Belle. She's my favorite Disney princess. A quote that I have on my desk on a paperweight, happiness blooms from within. And last but not least, something that represents my magical being is Mickey. Wizard Mickey. Oh, hi guys. Oh, shucks. So that's what was in my box. All right, so it's the end of the day, and I have to say, we were able to do the DOT activity where we read the book The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, which is right here. So we did that, and along with that, I ended up giving the students 2 circles, a big circle and a small circle. I think I have an extra copy of the paper here so I can show you. So I gave them this paper so that they can decorate 2 different dots, a big one and a smaller one. And what I'm thinking of doing, and I have all their dots with me, I'll show you in a moment because they look so pretty. I'm thinking of putting them on the windows like an arch kind of thing, going in the Roy G. Biv colors right here on my art gallery. I think they will look very nice there. I'm going to attach them with double-sided tape. So let me see if I can show you really quickly by just spreading out the dots what the kids did. So here are my smaller circles. I already kind of put them in the Roy G. Biv order, but check out the circles. Look how nice that came out. I do have a couple of them that say my name because we didn't have a yellow team. I only have 5 teams. So I was in charge of doing all the yellow dots. But as you can see, these came out really, really nice. And I can't wait to put them on display up there above the windows in my art gallery. So I thought that was great. If you haven't read the book, The Dot is a very quick and easy read, and it just reinforces creativity of just trying and not giving up and inspiring others. So it was very cute. So we did that. Then we read Experts Incorporated, which is in our Wonder series. And the students actually read the story by themselves silently. And then I had them complete this, which was a chart where they go over how does someone's action affect others, because that is our essential question. And we're working with conflict and the effects of that conflict. So that is basically what we needed to focus on for that story. And then we're going to start on Thursday gathering our evidence for those stories. We have one more to read, which is Speaking Out to Stop Bullying. So we're going to do that. That's an informational text. We're going to go ahead and do that on Thursday after the students take the selection test for Experts Incorporated. We haven't started unwrapping the prompt, and I just realized that because I've been so busy and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never got to unwrap the prompt. But this is the little Unwrap the Prompt booklet that I put together, similar to the one we did for Unit 1, Week 1. So for this week, we're dealing with informative essays. So I did the same thing. How do your actions affect others? And they're writing an informative essay in which they explain how different actions affect people. So they're going to unwrap the prompt, and on the inside, they're going to gather their evidence on the 3 sources. So they're going to talk about what actions happened, or what was the main action that happened and how that action affected others. And then they're going to elaborate, which is make a connection or any insight they have on those actions and the effects of those actions, so that they can then create their plan for the informative writing essay. They're not going to write to this essay till next week because I have to give them 45 minutes in class once they have gathered all the evidence and created their plan, so that I can now have an informative essay sample along with the opinion essay sample that they did last week. So that's what we did. And then we went to lunch, and then they went to PE. And after PE, we started doing math. And we went ahead, and I'm looking for my notebook. If you see me looking around, I'm just like, where did I put my math notebook? So we were working in our math notebook, and we added some more notes along with the comparative relational thinking. I made the notes, and it came out so awesome. My students were like, Miss Sanchez, you should add that to TPT. We'll see. All right, so let me see if I find my notebook. So give me 1 second, and I just found it. Okay, it was right there. Okay, so here is my notebook. Let me go over here. Here's my notebook. So let me just skip to the new pages of our notebook. So what we did is we finished off our notes for comparative relational thinking, which is a Florida Standard, Operations and Algebraic Thinking 1A. Oh, and I just realized something. I did a misprint. Oh boy. I put 8 and it's just 1A and 1B. Oh well, it's done. I'll just have them scratch it off. All right, so we did this. If addition, use opposite relationships. If subtraction, use the same relationships. An unknown number is a variable. It's usually represented with a letter or a symbol because that goes with this standard. And then I did these notes, and I do just have to fix that. It's not 8A, it's just 1A and 1B. I just have to remove the A. I just have the kids cross it out. But here is what I showed you yesterday in the vlog, the little clip that I had on the board. So I just typed it up as notes so that they can have it for addition problems, and they can have it for subtraction problems, and they can always refer to it if they need to. And then we started adding for chapter 2 our OA, Operations and Algebraic Thinking 1.1, which is multiplication comparisons, knowing that 35 equals 5 times 7 can be read as 35 is 5 times as many as 7. And then I went ahead and I had them do the notes. Is equals an equal sign, times as many is multiplication. And this is from Rebecca Rojas, Create, Teach, Share. This is the one that I've been using, but this is the updated version. So she has the students go ahead and practice turning these comparisons into actual equations, and it goes on to this page. On Thursday, we're going to add the next one, which is using those comparisons in order to solve word problems. And we have 2 more pages to add to that, including the standard. And yeah, they saw this lesson and said it was really simple. So we're just going to fly through chapter 2 because there's a lot of very simple things that they already know. And if they already know it, since they're gifted, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I'm just going to keep moving on. And I'm also going to combine things from chapter 3 because it's similar. It's just chapter 3 adds an extra digit to that second factor. So you're multiplying 2-digit numbers times 2-digit numbers. So we're doing that. And then they continue sharing their social studies projects. We had 7 people share today, which is 2 more than yesterday, which was 5. All right, so that is pretty much what I did today. And now what I'm going to do is I'll probably put you on a tripod so you can see me go all around crazy. I have paper piles all over the place, and I have to organize them and find a home for all these papers before they eat me up from how many papers there are all around me. So I'm going to do that right now because I am looking for some papers that I have misplaced probably, which belong to the students. So I need to find it. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I organize all these paper piles. Let me do that now. All right, that took me a while, about 30 minutes or so, or a little over 30 minutes, and I really need to get out and take my son home so I can go to an appointment this evening. But I did find the papers that I was missing. It was all just in between all the homework that the kids turned in, and the other papers had been separated from that, so that's why I couldn't find them. But I found them, and they're going to be so happy when I tell them on Thursday. And now I have all these papers organized so that I can easily check them over, grade them, and all those things, which I'll do tomorrow since it's a teacher work day. All right, so that's all I'm going to have for today in this 2-day vlog. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. I'll see you next time.